Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cyrus Webb Presents The Year That Was 2025. I'm Cyrus Webb. So glad you all could be with us on the simulcast on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X. Going to bring in our friends over on IG so they can be part of our chat. And last but certainly not least, going to connect with our friends over on Amazon Live. We're counting it down to have my last show of the year tomorrow. But I'm really excited about our recap show that we have for you guys today, featuring some of the members of Conversations Media Group as well. And we're now live on Amazon Live with Cyrus Webb Presents The Year That Was 2025. So glad you guys could join us on Amazon. I want to thank you guys on Amazon for all of the support this year. You guys have seen a lot of me in 2025, and I appreciate you guys being with me. Also, of course, if you guys are not following us on Amazon, make sure you guys do hit that follow button either here in this corner or down below. You also will happen to see the magazines that just so happen to have all of the members. I'm sure that was a coincidence. Of all of the people who are joining us today for the year that was 2025. We're excited to welcome to our broadcast Melissa Banks. We have Stacey Thomas. We have Tina Siemens, Dr. Teresa A. Smith, Dr. Taz, Melanie D. Phillips, and Kate Thurman. They're joining us today to be able to talk to us about their year and also what they're looking forward to in 2026. Ladies, how's everybody doing?
Doing wonderful.
Doing well.
Great, Cyrus.
So glad to have all of you with us for this special event. Hair Creations by, I think it's pronounced Dala or Dala. Hello to you. Dr. Velma is over on IG. I don't know why. She should be over here with us. But hello to you, Dr. Velma on IG. Lorian Henry, hello to you over there on IG as well. Glad you could be with us. Well, ladies, again, thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode of our broadcast. Before I get into the questions for you guys, one of the things to let our audience know, I asked if you all wanted to be able to ask me a question. So I'm going to start there with those of you who have a question for me. Hello to you, Tawanda. Hello to you over on Facebook. Glad you could join us. So Melissa Banks, I'm gonna let you kick it off with your question for me first.
Oh, wow. This is a treat. I love asking Cyrus questions. It just makes me feel really happy. Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay, Cyrus Webb, I wanted you to share with us a moment in 2025. What was the moment that stands out for you that just reminded you of the type of impact that you have on others?
Oh, that's a great question, Melissa. The type of impact that I have on others. You know, I have to say this happened to me quite a few times this year where people told me that I changed their lives. And that to me is one of the biggest compliments that I could ever receive because what I do is not really even about me. I told people as of 2 years ago, I mean, I could have just stopped doing almost everything and just focused on Amazon and been fine with my business, fine with my life, my finances. But I enjoy being able to pour into others. I enjoy being able to offer opportunities to other people. So that's why I do some of the other things that I do. So I think that's probably the biggest thing, Melissa, is people telling me that I've changed their lives. That lets me know I'm doing exactly what I want to do with my life and my purpose.
Oh,
So thank you
awesome.
for that question. Appreciate that. Stacey Thomas, you have a question for me?
Of course I do. Of course I do. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Cyrus, you've been very open about your story. Your story has helped, I'm sure, other people who have had issues with mental issues and believing in themselves. So if you could talk to your younger self, reflecting on what you have today, and there's someone at that age that does not believe in themselves, what would you say to your younger self?
That's a great question. You know, Taz asked me a similar question. Was it last year, Taz, or and it had me crying for about 5 minutes, Stacey. So I've gotten better now, so I probably won't cry. But what I would say to my younger self, knowing all the dark places that he was in and how he saw himself as being so unworthy, I would say you're going to be okay. In spite of it all, you're going to be okay. You know, don't let a bad day, let a bad thought, don't let a bad moment make you feel as though you're any less than anyone else or any less worthy of goodness and greatness than anyone else. Just hang in there, kid. You're going to be fine.
Love it. Love it. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. I appreciate that. Tina Siemens, you have a question for me?
Yes, I've just been so amazed to see the journey that you have helped so many others throughout the year. And my question to you is, what was the biggest challenge for you in 2025?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it's something I've been open about lately, Tina, because I think it's important. We don't, especially we as men, we don't talk about this enough. I am very big on self sabotage. And you all, most people would not even know that I do that a lot, or that I purposely will throw roadblocks in my own. I don't have to worry about other people throwing roadblocks in my way, but I purposely have seen myself put roadblocks in my way to slow myself down, because sometimes I feel as though I'm not equipped for my assignment, or worthy of my assignment. So I think one of the things I can really give myself credit for is identifying that, being honest about it, like I'm doing right here, but also realizing that that's a part of life. There's so many even biblical examples of people who felt unworthy of the assignments that they had been given. And I think a lot of times we feel like, you know what, is that something I can really do, or what makes me think I can do something? But I want people to know that if you have those feelings, that's normal, but don't let that stop you from the assignment you've been given, because it wouldn't have been given to you if you couldn't do it. And that's one thing I've had to realize, is that I would have been given these assignments if I wasn't capable of doing it with God's help.
Amen.
Thank you for that question. I appreciate that. And hey, Robert, hello to you over there on Facebook. Let's see. Dr. Taz, you have a question for me?
Yes, Cyrus. You know me, I'm an overachiever. I had several questions. So, because again, I want it to be a little different. I love the questions that my family members have asked. So I'm going to pivot to this question. With so many platforms competing for attention and so much content being created, what do you believe will set apart the stories that truly shape the culture of 2026?
That is an amazing question. And it's something I've been really pushing my Conversations Media Group team with, because as for those who don't know, I am also a Meta trainer. So I'm involved in training with Meta. I mean, if not monthly, bi-monthly, where I'm able to learn about a lot of things that they're seeing and the trends that they're seeing. And I try to share those that I can with my team members. This is going to sound basic, Taz, and everybody else, but it is so important. And unfortunately, it's what's missing. And that is that what's going to set you apart is authenticity. There's so many people trying to be like everybody else, trying to have the same background, the same lighting, the same way they talk, and ask questions the same way. But your being yourself is going to be, especially in the world of AI, it's going to be what sets you apart, because everything else is going to be sounding the same. So in order to, and I think when I look at my 22 years in this business, I think that's what set me aside. I talk about it a lot of times. I'm a country boy. I have my own little twang to me. I have my own way of saying things and doing things. And that is what has made me stand out, because I'm not trying to be like everyone else. And authenticity, that's going to be the key for anyone who's going to win in 2026, especially at a time where everyone else is kind of following the cookie cutter thing. How many times have you seen now, even this is so true on social media, y'all probably have seen this. People are using the same background music, using the same fonts on their videos, using the same prompts. All that's creating is a machine.
It's true.
Instead of what actually makes you who you are. I stumble over words. I say things a different way. I come at things a different way. That is what sets me apart. And that's what connects me with people, as it will, I think, with everybody else.
Thank you, Cyrus. I'm glad I asked that question.
Yeah. Amanda, hello to you over there on IG. Glad to see you. Sandy, I don't know if I spoke to you as well. Ellen Sutter, hello to you over there on Facebook. Felicia Brookins, hello to you. Felicia says, always an honor to be in the room. Good to see you. Thank you for that, Robert. Appreciate that as well. Melanie D. Phillips, did you have a question for me, Melanie? I'm sorry, Melanie. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just going in and out, Melanie. Yeah, it's going in and out. Try it again, though. Try it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
someone to move into the
Mm.
fearful, they don't know what to expect their brain and set it over their
Okay, Melanie, I'm so sorry. I couldn't understand the question. Why don't you do this? Try to go out and come back in, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, I'll come back to you. All right. Kate, did you have a question for me?
You know, I do. I do. I
Okay.
do. I do.
Okay. All right.
Looking back in 2025, because you don't push us, you give us gentle nudges.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Really?
Kate,
I
thank you.
watch my days.
Really?
We're a family, but but
Yeah.
those gentle nudges,
Yeah.
what from 2025 have you seen that was like a surprise, or from the group, from all of us, from you seeing that your nudging really worked and really helped us? What
Yeah.
was a surprise as a whole, seeing in the group that this is the group, this is your assignment, we are your assignment?
Mhm.
What surprised you?
Kate, before I answer this question, hey, Dr.
Ah,
Brown, good to see you. I want to say this. I want to commend all of you for, if you notice, all of you have very different questions, but all of them are great questions. I just want to commend all of you, which is why all of you are great hosts. So I appreciate that. Kate, let me tell you the answer to your question. I'm so glad you asked this. What has impressed me and surprised me is you all trusting me. Because it is not when we are used to doing things a certain way, it's not always easy to be open to someone, especially if what the person is telling you isn't what everyone else is doing. Or if it's not what you've been told by someone, quote unquote, smarter, or richer or whatever, or taller. Uh, so,
Or what else, Cyrus? Add
yeah,
handsome. Come on, go
yeah,
down the
yeah,
list.
yeah. So, no, there's not even one more handsome. But I wanted to be realistic here, Dr.
Okay.
But I think that's been the biggest thing, Kate, just making sure, and impressing me and surprising me that you all trust me to know I wouldn't tell you something to lead you any other way but to your own personal greatness.
amen.
Okay. All right. Melanie, let's try it again. I'm sorry about that.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you sound great. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. My question to you, how can you help someone, especially maybe a new client going into the year 2026, if they were very fearful of what they were doing and
Mhm.
you were trying to help bring them out of their shell so they can be successful in their business and going into the year to come?
I love that, Melanie. Thank you for that. So this is what I would say to that individual, because I've had to say it to myself. Trust what you've been given. And what that means is, for me, even if it's something people may not even think is popular, no one's going to be interested in that. Believe me, you're not the only person who's interested in whatever it is that you want to do. And the fact that people around you are not doing it shows you that there's a broader world out there for you. And that's what you want to be able to do anyway. I'm the first person in my family to get into media, to write books, and to do the things that I'm doing. But I don't think anyone would say I haven't found my audience and my place, So just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. So that's what I would say. If there's something you want to do it, and know that there will be an audience that will find you for it.
Right?
Okay.
No.
Dr. Velma Bagby, how you doing? Dr. Velma, you're the last one to ask a question. What question do you have for me? You're muted, I think, Dr. Velma.
I'm just teasing.
Oh, okay.
Just want to make sure you're on your P's and Q's.
All right.
My question was, I was thinking about the years you have been doing this, and
Yeah.
I saw a few posts that you talked about 20 years or over 20 years.
Mhm.
Not sure which one it said, but I thought about something that you always ask us regularly, and that is, out of all those years and out of all the things you've done,
Yeah.
what stands out the most for you that's surprising to even you that you've been able to accomplish?
Everything.
No, name one that stands out at the
I
top.
will, but okay. So I can give you a very tangible one.
Okay.
I wake up in the morning. I think I've shared this with Melissa, maybe with Taz too. I wake up in the morning sometimes, and I literally think about this. I'm sleeping in a bed I did not buy, sleeping under sheets and blankets I did not purchase, putting on clothes that I didn't buy, stepping on a floor I didn't buy. And I think to myself sometimes, how in the world did this country boy from Mississippi end up working with all of these brands and businesses that have done all of this for me just because they trust my opinion? And I think that is the biggest thing. And it really goes to a bigger point of that's why we have to trust our voice. Because the fact that, I mean, literally during COVID, brands work with me to refurnish literally every room in my house.
Wow.
I mean, not only paid me to do it, but provided all the things from the furniture to the beds to everything, wallpaper, the scones, I mean, all because they trusted my voice. So that tells me I don't care who doubts what I do. I have something evidently that matters, and I just need to keep doing that because it's working.
Absolutely. Great answer. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all so much for that. I want to reset real quick and say for those who are just tuning in, welcome. You all are watching the year that was 2025. We're doing it actually with the fact that I'm with some of my Conversations Media Group family here. We have Melissa Banks, Stacey Thomas, Dr. Velma Bagby, Tina Siemens. We have Dr. Taz, Melanie D. Phillips, and Kate Thurman. We're all going to be discussing their year. Simon, hello to you. Let's see. Simon says, Cyrus, for those of us that don't know you, I wonder if you wouldn't mind stating your main message to the world. I appreciate that, Simon. Thank you for joining us over there on Amazon. So really my main message to the world, Simon, is to know that you have something that matters, that you've been given a gift that matters, and for you to believe in that. And I try to be able to share the stories of individuals like the ones you see on the screen here to let them know that too, that they have a purpose and passion as well. Suzetta Perkins, hello to you over there on Facebook. Glad you could be able to join us. So ladies, now it's my turn. Melissa, I'm going to start with you. Melissa, what has it been like for you to reflect on your 2025?
When I was thinking about this question, 2025 was a year that at one point I thought this year is just not going like what I prayed for. It was so many things that were happening that were not on my list. It was not what I was praying for. It did not look like what I wanted it to look like or thought it would look like. So then I began to focus on all those things that were going wrong until God says, listen to me. This year has been the most amazing year ever. When you look at the things that have happened, you look at the growth inside, the confidence, the resilience. My faith is bigger and deeper than it has ever been. So, and when I think about the year and look back over the year, I'm praising God and thanking God for the amazing year, the people that were in my path. And all of a sudden, those things that I thought weren't going well was going exactly like they were supposed to. So when I reflect on this year, I get excited. I get encouraged and looking forward to what's next, because what's next is going to be bigger because I'm in a different place.
Love that. I'm highlighting for you guys on Amazon the Women Rock issue of Conversations magazine. You'll notice that several of our CMG family is on the cover and inside of this one, including Melissa. You all can see her there. Same question to you, Stacey. What has it been like for you to reflect on your 2025?
It's been amazing, Cyrus. It's been amazing. I am so thankful because I realized as time went on, when I look back, when I decided to stop putting limits on God, asking, can I just have this or just have that? And it hit me one day, why are you doing this when you know that God can do way more than what you're asking for? And the other thing is, I started being more grateful. I always say I'm thankful, but I ask myself, are you feeling grateful? So trusting God, letting fear know it can't exist here. Stop. I've learned from you, Cyrus, and the team, procrastination is no good for me. Yeah. And the guest, and just when I just let go and let God, right? and listen to Cyrus too. Things have been just amazing to the point. If God has done this for me this year, I don't think I've ever been so excited about a new year coming. Because I
Oh, wow.
always say I have yet to see what God has for me, and I'm
Yeah.
excited.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Dr. Velma, what about for yourself? What has it been like for you to reflect on this year?
This year has been one of the best years I've had in a long time in terms of the things that I had to accomplish, the things I had to do. And
Yeah.
yet it was also the most pressure filled year with the family that passed on
Yeah.
with my husband's health issues toward the end of the year. And
Mhm.
I found that when I looked at what I was able to accomplish, from 7 books to 3 songs to my first conference, I mean, I looked at that and said, how in the world
Mm.
was I able to accomplish this? And I knew I could not have done it without God. And then without that finger pushing me in the back, despite some people refer to it as a gentle push, mine was not gentle. Mine was that finger. And so and I kept saying, God, did you send him into my life? Did you send Cyrus to me? And I get the assurance. I really wanted to step. I'm telling you, in my mind,
Mm.
I thought this was my last year with the group.
Mm.
But
No.
God told me no.
Mhm.
And that tells me that Cyrus was sent on purpose. His
Mm.
assignment was to help lead us in the direction and lead me in the direction that I needed to go, because there was more for me to do. I
Mm.
sat on over 200 songs sitting in my phone for years. I
Mm.
didn't do anything. I've been a songwriter most of my life. I didn't
Mm.
do anything with them.
Yeah.
Cyrus' encouragement really helped me to keep going forward, because I know this is a gift that God wants me to get out there. And so
Mm.
all of these things I would not have imagined at all. Those
Wow.
songs would have remained in my phone and continued to gather dust. And every now and then I go back and look at them. So, Cyrus, I'm saying to you that this year would not have been I would not have been able to accomplish what I did without your, not a gentle nudge, but your push.
Okay. Well,
Because
thank you.
if I feel the water getting a little shaky and strong, then my
Mm.
normal response would be to step back. I didn't sign up for this. I'm not going to compete with anybody. I'm not,
Right.
that's what you want to do. Go right ahead. I'm not that.
Right.
But that's not always the case.
Right.
Difficulties come and challenges come just for
Mhm.
us to rise above it. I thought about the eagle too. The eagle, if it's being attacked, it just flies up higher. So
Yeah.
try to see. So that's my attitude now. Try to
Yeah.
see if you can hang out messing with me as I continue to go higher, because the higher I go, you can't handle my altitude.
Wow.
You'll eventually fall off because you weren't
Yeah.
prepared for that. And so I have to keep that in my mind, that this
Mm.
is what I've been given to do.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Dr. Velma. Sugar Ray, hello to you over there on IG. Congratulations on your amazing year. Cool PJ, hello to you. Congratulations to you too on another great year. Hair Creations says, am new, so I'm listening and learning at the same time. Glad to have you. Sugar Ray, appreciate that, man. I appreciate all the great things that you've been doing as well. So next up, we have Tina Siemens. Tina, the question to you, what has it been like for you to reflect on your year?
Well, as I was reflecting, I was just in awe of all the things that have been able to, the doors that have opened this year. Not only have I grown in my confidence as being on camera and being out there, I've published one of my own books, Post Oak, and then
Mhm.
co-authored 3 others this year,
Mhm.
opened that gift shop at the museum, and have been able to do several conferences, was able to come to the Guinness Book of World Records event. So many amazing things have happened this year that just showed me that no matter what the hardships or the difficulty that we had, that became the news around the world about the measles beginning of the
Mhm.
year,
Mhm.
we were able to rise above that and learn from it and grow not only as an individual but as a community. And I'm just so grateful for 2025 because of all of the amazing growth that I've seen in myself. And as this team encouraged me, I've got the signs made that Dr. Velma encouraged me to make for my little sandals. A 1,000-mile journey starts with one step, and so I'm just grateful that I had that first step of encouragement by so many of you, and that I was able, through God's grace, take those steps and accomplish many amazing things.
Love it. Love it. I appreciate that. And it's been great watching your growth for sure, Tina. Dr. Taz, what has it been like for you to reflect on your year?
Cyrus, 2025 was a wonderful year. You know, it was the year that I stepped back publicly, but not away from my purpose. And that silence was intentional. I took about 4 months offline to grieve, to rest, to heal, rebuild after a personal loss. And I think that space allowed me to process pain without performing. Because, you know, when you're in the public eye, you know, our audience have expectations of us, and we don't want to let them down. But you find yourself, you answered my question, you said authenticity is so important. I want to be me. So I don't want to just perform, you know. And so taking that time reminded me that silence could be sacred, and that silence is needed sometimes. It also allowed me to confront the parts of me that were performing, even though I didn't realize it, instead of being, you know, actually living in the moment. You know, you often will say, well, now that you've accomplished this, how does that make you feel? Well, I was so busy hustling around. My mother doesn't like the word hustle, but I was so busy doing so much stuff that it's like I was never experiencing it. And so, you know, I'm very grateful for that. And so I look at 2025 allowed me to do a little polishing, and so that I'm more aligned. And now I can lead from that wholeness and not, you know, this, and this. So being able to think from a holistic perspective, which means that my platform is healthier. And so that means that I'll be able to provide services that will be more beneficial for my audience, but also beneficial for me. So that's what 2025 has been. It's been a year of reflection and preparation for 2026.
Love that. Jacqueline Cox, hello to you. Thank you so much for joining. Congratulations to you, Jacqueline, on your year too. This is so true, Taz. And Suzetta says, it's good to see you, Teresa. What about for you, Melanie? You're up next. What has it been like for you to reflect on 2025?
For me, or
Okay, Melanie, I hate to interrupt. It's doing it again. It's it's like every
just
5
hold
words.
my phone and take it off the
Oh
stand.
wait, hold on. Okay, wait on. You sound better now. Go ahead.
I took the phone off the stand. I'm holding it
Okay.
down.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
So 2025 was a very humbling and affirming year. So I stepped out on faith and said, I can do these things. I put it into motion. I've written it. I wrote it down, prayed over it, and asked God. I say, Lord, if these are the things that you want me to do, make it happen, and I'm going to get out of my own way. That's why I go through it. And so I'm just excited about what God put my what He do here to me. So
Well, Melanie, I appreciate that. It was still going out, in and out. I was able to get the gist of what you were saying, though, but I just wanted to let you know it was still going in and out. But I'm so glad you're here. Kate, what about for yourself? What has it been like for you to reflect on 2025?
2025 was a year of loss, alignment, walking in my purpose, and it was tough. In the beginning, I sat here and I listened to everyone. And when I first saw that question, I said, oh boy, help me, Holy Ghost. Y'all know what I say. And when that happened, I remember I was sitting here, and I remember when I first lost, I found out that I was losing my baby. the first person that God dropped in my spirit was Dr. Velma. And she helped me. And then I reached out to you, and you guys helped me. And sometimes, you know, before we even told anyone else, you guys knew, like literally from that 2.5 hour drive home, what was going on.
Yeah.
And I reflected on that part. That was the beginning.
Mhm.
I I stepped away. It was a year of reflecting on that loss, not just the loss of the baby, but it was a lot of financial loss for me
Mhm.
because I no longer work.
Mhm.
I took some time off work, but then God called me off work.
Mhm.
And then I got sick. But then other things behind the scenes started to happen. And I'm walking in my purpose because of it.
Mhm.
So, my walk with Christ is stronger than ever. You can't touch my faith. And what God is doing for me right now from what happened with 2026 is amazing. So in the beginning, I had a lot of tears
Yeah.
from the loss, all of the loss that we suffered, Chris and I. But glory be to God, because my relationship with Him is different, is on
Mhm.
another level.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing that, Kate, for sure. Well, we are out of time, everyone, so we appreciate you. No, I'm just joking. For those who, I appreciate you
Wow.
all
You
that are
said
joining. I want to
30 minutes.
reset. Look, yeah, yeah, that's what this was great, y'all. I really enjoyed it. See y'all again next year. No, but I want to say real for everyone who's joining us, you all are watching Cyrus represents the year that was 2025. I'm joined by great members of my Conversations Media Group team. You just heard there from Kate Thurman. We also have Melanie D. Phillips joining us, Dr. Ties, Tina Siemens, Dr. Velma Bagby, Stacey Thomas, and Melissa Banks. We've been Chris is laughing at me. We've been talking about the year that was 2025. I am curious though for each one of you though this next question. What stands out to you as one of your memorable moments? Stacey, I'm gonna start with you with this question.
Really?
Yes.
One of my most memorable moments. There've been so many. I guess the biggest thing is listening to you, Cyrus. Paying attention,
Hmm.
because once I started, even though I come back with the same question, once I started paying attention to you, right,
Mhm.
things just started moving. So
Mhm.
the biggest moments, the guests that I've had on the platform,
Mhm.
the people that don't pay attention to, like, because you said before, Cyrus, don't look at the followers, don't look at the
Mhm.
likes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it. I get it,
Yeah.
because the guests that have been on my show, they believe in what I guess I can bring out of them and
Mhm.
help them bless my audience, you know?
Right.
So it's been the guests and you.
Okay, I appreciate that, Chris, and thank you for the kind word. I appreciate that, Dr. Bama. What about for you? Do you have a memorable moment this year?
Yes. I mentioned losing three family members went home to be with the Lord. I don't say lost. I had
Mhm.
three family members, and the one that hurt me the most was my oldest sister. She
Yeah.
was like mother to most of our family because she had to run the house while mom worked. But a friend stood out, and sometimes God will send you what you need in that moment. And I never shared this with you, Cyrus, but I was working on a book and I just didn't want to do it anymore. The very thing that I found joy in, my writing, my creativity, I didn't want to do it.
Mhm.
And I had a friend that reached out to me and said she was going to help me get through it because I had a deadline to get that book out. And I remember writing a little bit and they would send it back to me and say, no, that's not enough. This is not you. You know, you normally go into more detail. And it happened about 3 times. By the time I finished her third response to what I had written, she said, this is it. This is you. And I just want to say that she didn't say, I've reached out to people who are in the profession, have a professional brand as well. It
Mhm.
wasn't 1-800 pay me first and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
She literally walked me through, and that was Jacqueline Cox. I
Mhm.
got that book out because of her,
Yeah.
because I had lost that desire and she helped me find it back again. And that's
Mhm.
how I was able to finish out this year. So if there's anything that will stand out about this year besides all the personal things I had to address and deal with. It was when a true friend stepped in and helped me move through that. Like Kate talked about me, I don't know what I did for her, but
Mhm.
she mentioned my name, but she stepped in and helped me get that book out, and that helped me find my peace again. So I just wanted to say that to me was tremendous, and I'll never forget that moment.
Wow, that's amazing, and and we all need that, right? We all
Yeah.
need that person for sure. Tina, what about for yourself? Do you have a moment that stands out for you?
There is so many that I could choose from. It was hard for me to pick just one moment, but I think just having this team believe in me,
Mm,
thinking that my message, it resonates with me when you say I'm the country boy. I feel like I'm that little girl that just grew up not speaking the language, not, and then I
Yeah.
get an email from across the ocean and
mm,
say that a book impacted them. I think that was just such a pivotal moment, and that
mm,
happened several times this year. Of
yeah.
just hearing somebody else say, "I was impacted by what you wrote or by what you said," um,
Mhm,
and it's not me; it is all God.
Mm.
I'm just the vessel.
mm,
He is the
Yeah.
potter. I'm the clay. And for
mm,
me to have that opportunity to be molded into something that he will be able to use down the road, the affirmations coming along the way through an email, it was just like when I opened those emails and I got one of those, I was just saying, Lord, it's all you. Thank you.
love that. Love it.
Yeah.
Suzetta, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that, for sure. We all just try to do what we can, and I think that's the main thing. And Tina, I appreciate you sharing that. Taz, what about for yourself? Did you have a memorable moment?
I had several, and when I was thinking about this, I sort of began to understand. I always talk about how God works behind the scene, the SCENE. And you guys know that I had been working on Mama Said for, I think it's like 14 years, that my mother and I had been working on this book. And I was like, I called her last December and I'm like, I'm changing things, Mama. Tell me which story you like best. And she's like, can you have both? I'm like, no, Mama, we can only have one. She's like, well, I guess
Mhm,
it's the second one. And so, because I told her that book was going to be released this year. So being able to do that, my mother is, I won't say her age, but she's well seasoned, but she's still spry, as they say in
mhm,
the South. But it was very important for me to get that book done. I re-released Stronger, which is my autobiography, my memoir, and added to it. And anytime you touch something, Dr. Velma, you always see it differently. And then my friend Gina was battling cancer for the third time. And she knew that I was making smoothies, to try to help get my life together. And so she mentioned to me that other people needed smoothies also, who may have had cancer or have TMJ. And I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. And so being able to bring those three books to market was so important for me, but then having to step away. When
mhm,
I stepped away and thought about it, I was like, he was laying a foundation for me even though I didn't know I was getting ready to step away. I
mhm,
got Mama Said done. Mama Said is full of wisdom. So it's like those things kept bringing me through as I was struggling, reminding myself that I'm stronger. My sip to heal, you can be healed. And it's like, then when I came back and I was telling my truth, the people, who reached out to me and said, I was wondering what was wrong. But, I'm so glad that you realized that because, I've been like, she needs to take care of herself. She's taking care of everybody else. And, all of that helped me to understand that being vulnerable is valuable. Being
mhm,
transparent can be transformational for other people. And that, my pain had a purpose.
mhm,
And it had been repurposed, I guess, into a power. And that just sort of reaffirmed everything for me as far as being authentic, Cyrus, and that my platform has purpose. And like you said, Stacey, we just be quiet and let him nudge us, as Dr. Velma said, be a push and just be who we are. And then we'll see what's coming. So it's everything. It's just been such a
Mhm.
wonderful, odd year, but a good
Yeah.
year.
Got you. I appreciate you sharing that for sure. Melanie, what about for you? Do you have a memorable moment from this year?
You talking about me to me?
Yes, I'm talking, and I can
Can
hear
you
you
hear
great
me?
too.
First of
I
all, can
can,
you hear
yes.
me?
You sound amazing.
Yes.
Oh, everybody, this is live. Technology is something else. I went from one thing to the next.
Right.
Okay, now since I'm on my laptop, I can talk.
Okay.
Yes, this has been a more memorable year.
Mhm.
When I say that God has been so good, He has put me in places that I just couldn't believe. And especially for me being able to speak at one of the prisons here in Arizona, Perryville Prison. Speaking to the women, and this is in maximum security. At first, when I got there, I'm like, "Oh my God, it took an hour for us to get in because of the security check and everything." But then it's like I was there for a purpose, and it was not for me. This is for me to speak to the women who either were mothers or had daughters, and to talk to them in regards to being able to communicate with their mother or their daughter, being able to have that relationship there where it may have been broken down because they were imprisoned, or getting them to be able to confront their issues. And although one or the other may have been their mother or their daughter, some of them did not want to talk to them because of what landed them, some of them that landed them behind the prison walls. I told them, if they don't want to talk, at least you can get your pen and paper and write them a letter, because writing is free. If you can always write, you have the stamps, you have the paper, and start with writing letters. And one of these days, they will open up that letter and begin to read, and you guys will be able to begin the conversation. And when I had you can see some of the women start to weep, and the where they were, some of them was so hard when I walked in, and they just softened up, and it was like you can see the chipping away of the hardness. And they were saying, yes, we want to stay in touch with you because we want to be able to speak with our mom or with our daughter, and apologize. And I told them, just follow me on social media, especially on my website, but just to see them open up. And I'm like, Lord, thank you, because it was not about me. This is doing your will. And if I can encourage anyone, and especially someone that's in maximum security, some of these women, to let their guards down and just think about what got them there, but how they can build a better relationship with their families. I just say, Lord, I thank you. So, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. I don't think I knew
Yeah.
about that, Melanie. So congratulations. Hello
Yes.
to you, Cindy Prairie Dodgers over there on IG. Kate, what about for yourself? Did you have a memorable moment this year?
Yes, and not one that's gonna make me cry.
Okay. Okay.
I wrote a book.
Yes,
Well,
you
it
did.
was my second book. Now, the first book, I just knew I was gonna release it. I sent it over to Dr. Charles, and I thought we were gonna work on it. Dr. Charles, you remember we were gonna work on that book? I had worked the book; it was ready. That wasn't what God had. That crying moment I had earlier when Dr. Velma, she said, I'm gonna tell her what she said off camera. She sent me a voice message. I still got it. But what stuck out the most was when God told me in the midst of my storm, literally a week and a half after I miscarried, to write the book. And I remember at that point I was looking sideways. I tell you all the time, I was side-eyeing a lot of things. And Chanelle, I remember as many people as I told I was going to write a book. I didn't tell that many people, but the few that I told, she was the one said, let's do it. But you know how when God sends that one person, Dr. Velma was the one that was that day. But to get through that book, to get through those moments, it was some crying moments to write Beauty Beyond the Tears. I literally wrote that book, and it stands out to me because I was strong enough to do it while I'm wiping my tears at 3 o'clock in the morning, crying. Chanelle quit me 5 times. She told me, listen, I'm not doing this with you, and we literally fought. Chris laughed at us, but God knew what I needed and who I needed at that time. That's why he had me put that other book down and write this one. So that was a very memorable moment from me. from my gala. The gala was wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Todd.
Mhm.
But that book
Mhm.
was that was it for me.
I
Beauty
love
of
it.
Tears.
That's a
Yes.
great one.
Mhm.
Last but certainly not least, Melissa Banks. Did you have? We didn't forget about you, Melissa. You were sitting there so patiently sipping your beverage and everything, wetting your palate, getting ready. Melissa, did you have a memorable moment this year?
I did, but I was just sitting here listening to these ladies and their moments and what led to their moments. That was so I just love that and feel uplifted just hearing everybody's story.
Mhm.
My moment, actually, I had several moments through the year, but one of the moments that stand out to me is back in 2019. I shared my story for the very first time in public on a stage in a room full over 300 women. And that was the moment I knew that was my purpose. My purpose was to uplift and encourage and women to move past what their circumstances looked like, to believe in themselves every single day. And this year in 2025, an organization recognized me with the Shiro Award. And that meant everything to me because
Yeah.
everything I do, every time I have an opportunity to speak, if I'm talking to a woman in private and she's sharing with me, my goal, my passion, my spirit wants to uplift her and push her because I know what it's like to feel like you can't see past the struggle. You can't see past what has happened to you. And to encourage women to do that is what keeps me going. And for this organization, Butterflies by Faith, to recognize me as a Shiro Award for that work will forever be a moment that will stand out for me. And when I think about that moment, I think about the room filled with women that night that we got our awards, all pushing each other to be better, to believe in themselves, and to be there and have that honor will definitely be one of the moments of 2025 that I will never forget.
Love that. Danielle, hello to you over there on IG. HM Premium, hello to you. Ladies, appreciate you all. Let's see, it's funny. I was gonna say I can tell all of them are media hosts, because they're you all are very expressive, which is great. But no, I appreciate you all staying with us past 30 minutes. But so our last question I have is
Wow,
before we let the
Cyrus.
audience know. What's that? What's that?
I just said, wow, okay.
You throwing shade.
Yeah. Wasn't that a nice Southern way I said that? That was a
You
very
do so well. You blessed our heart. Blessed our heart.
Thank you, trainer who trained us.
So the next question I have for Dr. Velma is going to kick us off for this. Dr. Velma, what are you excited about in the new year?
First of all, I just want to say that I'm grateful to be a part of this group.
Oh, we're
And
glad to have you.
and that last person that you acknowledged does more than just what she just said, because she was
Yeah.
one of my motivational uh, persons in my corner. Melissa will check in with me to see if I'm okay with all that I had to deal with this year. So I do want to
Mhm.
acknowledge the queen of affirmation, is what I call her. She
Oh.
is. She really is that. She will check in on me and make sure I'm okay. And sometimes that's all you need to keep going. I didn't want to come on this show, so I have to say that.
Mhm.
It was Melissa behind the scenes saying, Velma, find the link. You can still get on. I didn't want to get on late. I was not going to embarrass my publicist coming on late. He expects us to be on time. But you didn't talk about me, Cyrus. So I came on anyway because Melissa said, no, you come on and come on the show. I don't
Yeah.
know if you can tell she was typing.
No, I did. And I wouldn't have even said anything. I would have even said anything.
She was the
Yeah.
one telling me, no, remember what I said. If the waters get a little rocky or shaky, I tend to back away. And
Mhm.
I was thinking, well, maybe I'm not supposed to be on the show. And Melissa's sending me a text message, no, get on the show. So I called my daughter over
Mhm.
and she came on the show. What I'm looking forward to is to connect even more with the rest of the group. I really am, because what I value out of those of you I've been able to interact with, it means a lot to me.
Mm.
You all have so much to offer, and I know that we're not in this group together by mistake. It
Yeah.
wasn't Cyrus that planned it, but God
Mhm.
Himself. And I'm so grateful for what Tina said about the little sandals, because that story stood out for me.
Mhm.
I am looking forward to that. is us bridging more relationships and us doing more with each other and figuring out a way how to support one another. That's what I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to. In terms of the other stuff, I can't really say that because when I have my deep dive with my publicist, sometimes I'll have a list, God has a list, and here he comes with this third list. So I have to keep my options open in terms of what he foresees me doing. I keep my options open because God has his list, as I said, and sometimes his list is totally different than mine.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, but the one thing I'm excited about is celebrating my 52nd wedding anniversary
Yeah. Congratulations. Very
with a
good.
Yeah.
song that's coming out to accompany it.
Yes.
Oh,
Love it.
Yes. And it's
my.
great, y'all. It is
Oh,
great. I've heard it already,
oh,
but
wow.
yeah. Thank you, Dr. Velma. Tina, what about for yourself? What are
Uh,
you excited about next year?
Well, I think I am so excited. Not only will I be hosting my own podcast in this coming year, but it'll be about a topic of, but it'll be a topic that I am so passionate about, and that is history. With next 2026 being the 250th anniversary of America, I'm so excited to be working on that podcast, and so I'm so grateful that I don't have to do it by myself, but I'll have Cyrus to show me the pathway, and
Yeah.
so to just keep on being the bridge,
Mhm.
being willing to stand still as the bridge, or if I am asked to move to a different stream, if there's a flooded area that needs a bridge, that I'll be willing and open minded to recognize where God wants me. So much anticipation for 2026 on how God will use the gifts that He has implemented in me as a bridge for His kingdom work.
Love that. So excited for you, Tina. We've been talking about this, and I'm so excited to see it
Yeah.
come to pass. Dr. Tides, what are you excited about for 2026?
Many things, like Dr. Velma, there's things that I want to do, Dr. Velma. There's things that God wants me to do, and then there's things that my publicist wants me to do, but they all go marry some kind of way. So some things I can't talk about. But I like what you said, which is kind of the way I thought about this. I'm not chasing new in 2026. I'm going to become more grounded in all the things that I already have and start developing them more. Because I think that there's a lot of room for growth. And so I'm going to work on those spaces, for reflection, for myself healing and truth telling, telling for others. Also, of course, I am excited about this. I am releasing Real Talk with Taz and Anjaya. We have our IG show, which is exclusive to IG. We'll be back on the air on January the 5th. 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time. And we are releasing our first book, Real Talk with Taz and Anjaya, Two Sisters, Two Perspectives on Life, Love, and Everything in Between. I just uploaded the full wrap for the book. The book will, release date is January the 15th. So I'm really, really excited about that. This book is going to be another continuation of conversations that bridge faith, that bridge again, that Tina was talking about. Faith and mental wellness or mental behavioral health, as some folks would say, and the realities of that formal and informal leadership that we all carry in our families, on our jobs, and just how do you balance that? And I think that's so important as we go into 2026, particularly as women and all that is coming before us. So that's just some of the few things that I'm looking forward to in 2026.
All right. Gives us a lot to look forward to. Melanie, what about for yourself? What are you looking forward to in 2026?
Yeah, first let me say this, Dr. Velma. I am so glad that you came on, because with my devices, me changing devices 3 times, I I was looking so foolish at one point. I'm like, I got to jump off of here.
No.
No. So I said, okay, I'm gonna jump off. And I said, let me try one more time. So when I saw you on, I'm like, yes, she's on too. So yes, Dr. Velma, we made it. But let me say this. I'm looking forward to 2026. Man, when I tell you, I have opened up my brand. God has told me, let me put it back this way. God has told me to expand my brand. It's not just about mothers and daughters any longer. Yes, they are very important to my brand because that's how it started off, with bringing mothers and daughters together to have strengthened their bond, for them to communicate and, just be able to break down those walls that got them to the place where their bond had been broken, but also to strengthen the bond within families.
Yes.
Families, and when I say families, I mean fathers, men, sons, kids. So men they are so important for all of us, because in actuality, and we know that we're not dealing with the traditional household any longer, where the man is the head of the household, because we have women now that are ahead because of whatever reason that has gone on, that the man may not be in the house or the woman may not be in the house, but to pour into men, to have them to be able to speak in regard to their hurt, the hurt and the trauma that they have gone through, to help them to talk about that and help them to pen it and put it in an anthology, to be delivered from their past so they can be successful and go into their future. This is what I am planning on doing for 2026, is bringing the men into the fold, giving them a voice, and to hold arms, link arms with the men so that they can have that voice and they can be able to talk about the things that has happened to them in the past, and that how they have forgiven their past, so they can be that responsible man for the future. They can go back and say, I forgive you, to maybe those kids, that son or that daughter, or to that father that may not have been there either physically or emotionally for them. Or they may have to go back and say, I'm sorry to their wife, their ex-wife, or to their significant other. So just helping them as well, and also to the children, because the children are very important as well. And not we can't just strengthen the bond with with mothers and daughters and fathers and all of that, the children as well, because when you have a breakdown in the family, you got a breakdown in the community and a breakdown in the church as well. And the children, I see where the illiteracy has impact a lot of our youth, which is goes on into their adulthood. And so me coming out with the course, how to write and think like a youth and kidpreneur, is something that I am very passionate about, teaching the kids the A through Z's on how to start their businesses, and not just start a business like having a lemonade stand, but how to trademark their business, how to trade. They may want to trade name, different names or whatever. They need to have a business account as well by the help of their parent. They need to know how to start these things, how to make sure that they start paying different taxes on when it comes to their business, and being an author, and let them, that being the author, that's their brand. So just making sure the family is whole. And I say this, if I cannot help, I may not be able to help several, but if I can help 2 or 3 families, bring them together, whether the dad or the mom is in the house or out of the house, but bringing them together so they can be able to communicate and have that relationship with each other and start their communication, then I have done what God wanted me to do. So that's it.
All right. So a lot for us to look forward to from you as well. Melanie, Kate, what about for yourself? What are you excited about for next year?
For me,
Yes, Kate.
help me, Holy Ghost. Well, a couple of things. I'm gonna always talk about this nonprofit, Angelica Bless. It's still near and dear to Chris and myself. The Faith Safe Haven Women's and Men's Ministry. We still have that. I'm writing another book. A couple of things I'm doing in ministry. I won't share it just yet. A couple of graduations coming up. I have a song out. A couple of them I wrote. It's nice, y'all. It's okay. It's okay. Letting go of the fear. Being silent. I talked about for years. Faith Safe Haven, we had women who suffer in silence. I was one of those women that suffered in silence. Even though I knew I could sing, and it was the people that were supposed to be my friends that picked on me. And I went inside this shell. I went inside this cave. And I'm like, and I was winning now. I was winning all the talent shows and everything, wrote plays, did it all. I was wonderful. But they picked on me and caused me to be afraid to speak out, be afraid to sing. And so I hid the gift that God gave me. A lot of you didn't even know I could sing just a little bit. And no, you didn't even know because I hid those things. Some of the talents that I had inside me, no one knew. And so I am being obedient. I'm walking in what God called me to do. I'm walking in my purpose. I don't compete. I'm walking in my purpose. We all can write a book. We all can do a podcast. We all can sing. We give back. We do it all, but we do it collectively together with CMG. So I'm looking forward to having you as not only my publicist, but my manager. Thank you. And I thank you because I trust you. The reason why we trust you. And we took it to God, we took it to God and we took it to Cyrus. And Cyrus said no at first. I'm gonna put it out there to the world.
Right.
Then we talked about it, we all prayed about it again because this is huge, and that we are happy that he said yes to us. That means he trusts us just as much as we trust him. So thank you, and I'm looking forward. I'm excited about being a part of CMG. I'm excited about each and every one of you on this panel. All of us do some of the same stuff, but we do it differently. We all have different gifts. We all have different purposes. We all are touching different people, and I'm excited about it.
Love it. Love it. I am as well. I appreciate it. Melissa, what about for yourself? What are you excited about?
I'm excited about 2026. I'm excited about a whole lot of things, but basically the confidence that 2025 brought that in me, it's opened up different doors. In 2026, you're going to hear more from the Melissa Banks Show. We're going to be expanding that show so that those voices can be heard. Also in 2026, you're going to hear more of my voice. My voice and my gift has been to inspire, to uplift, to motivate, and I will be using it a lot more in 2026. We have some great things. And I'm also excited about the event planning side. Event planning is what started it all. 26 years ago, it started with event planning. So there's going to be some things coming out that we're using those skills, helping other event planners, helping DIY event planners. So we have a lot of things in store that's coming out. In fact, we have 2 ebooks that'll be coming out really, really soon about event planning and giving some direction to those who do event planning as well. So we're excited about a whole lot of things and looking forward to an amazing 2026.
Awesome. I am as well. Last but certainly not least, Stacey Thomas, what are you excited about for 2026?
Oh, I'm so excited. Let's see. I'm excited because I finally started paying attention when Cyrus says he's dropping breadcrumbs, even though I'm still a little slow at catching on to it. Yes. But when it finally comes out, it's always something good. So I am looking forward to learning more from Cyrus and being with you all, right? I'm excited about finally getting it. I have things now to take with me in 2026 that I really believe when I speak it. God will take bad and turn it into good. Trust God. Let's just do it, Stacey. Things that I started doing finally when I realized, what do they say? If you keep doing the same thing that you always do and it don't work, change it. For some reason, I keep holding on to it. Now I know, don't be scared. Just change it, right?
Yeah.
And the last thing I guess is I get excited when someone tells me how my platform blessed them when they came on my show. I'm looking forward to, because Cyrus, being a part of this platform and the other media outlets that I am now on, it pleases me when I can tell someone, you won't just be on the Stacey Thomas Show. So I'm just excited.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, let me say as we wrap up here, I want to thank all of you. And I appreciate all of your expressions. It's been so great working with each one of you, even for those who couldn't be with us today. I just want to say to the entire Conversations Media Group family, we grew by 3 at the end of this year. So I'm excited about the great things that we're already going to be hitting the ground running with starting this week as we're beginning this new year. So I want to thank all of you again for your trust. I want to thank everyone watching too for your support of not only myself, but also of each member of this Conversations Media Group team. You all have seen them on our platforms. You've heard them. So glad that you all can support them as well, which leads us to our final question. We've come to the home stretch, everybody. We're wrapping this thing up. All right, Tina, I'm going to start with you. How can our audience stay connected with you?
I am developing a new website, and it's going to be Heritage by Tina. So if you want to email me or get on my website, Seminole the Book is where you'll find, and also on the social media platforms as Tina Siemens. Can't wait to hear from you.
Appreciate that. Dr. Taz, how can they stay connected with you?
Because I will be doing more editing in 2026, so it's going to be so important for people to keep in contact with me. So they can follow me on Instagram at Dr. Teresa A. Smith, and they can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, they can look for me at Dr. TAS, that's Dr. Taz, because I want to help everybody. Because I like what my family members have said. Everybody's got a story. They've got something that they're working on, and everybody tells it differently. And someone needs to hear your story. And I'd love to work with people to help them get their story out.
Appreciate that. Melanie, what about for yourself? How can our audience stay connected with you?
They can stay connected with me by going to my website, strengthenthebond.com, strengthenthebond.com, or melaniedphillips.com, melaniedphillips.com, and across all social media platforms, Instagram, Strengthen the Bond, and on Facebook, it's Melanie Richardson Phillips. The Richardson Phillips does not have the hyphen between because I have to say this all the time because my last page was hacked. And so in order for the people to connect with me, that I took the hyphen out so that I can keep it. They can know who I am. So I took the hyphen out between the Richardson and Phillips. So Richardson Phillips is together. So Melanie Richardson Phillips. The same is on Strengthen the Bond is on TikTok and TikTok, Instagram, Strengthen the Bond, strengthenthebond.com, and Melanie Richardson Phillips.
All right. Kate, what about for yourself? How can they stay connected with you?
On social medias, Kate Thurman. That's Facebook, LinkedIn. Instagram, it is The Writings of Kate. If you want to connect with me for the nonprofit, it's angelicabless.org or angelicabless0811@gmail.com or 770-765-6641. We are developing a new website for all of the books and the music, so that will be up soon. You can contact me. I'll get that information soon.
Awesome. Melissa Banks, how can they stay connected with you?
Well, we keep it simple over here. You can simply go to themelissabanks.com and you will see all the links. You can connect with us on all social media. You can listen to some of the podcasts. You can reach out to us if you have an event coming up. You would love a powerful, strong speaker. I'm your girl. You can find all of that right there in one place, themelissabanks.com.
All right. Thank you, Melissa. Stacey Thomas, how can they stay connected with you?
Hey, they could go on my Facebook page. I am Stacey Thomas. Hit link tree and it gives you everything. Or you can go on IG and Facebook and TikTok. I am Stacey Thomas. And on YouTube, if you'd like to watch and send a message, it's the Stacey Thomas Show.
Love it. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, Dr. Velma, how can they stay connected with you?
I'm on all the social media platforms as Dr. Velma Bagby, or you can go to my website, drvelmabagby.com. But I especially invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel for my third season of my podcast beginning in January. You definitely want to stay tuned for that.
Love it. Well, thank you all so much. Miss Gloria Owens, hello to you over there on Facebook. Thank you so much for the kind words. Felicia, thank you all. Thank you as well. Really appreciate you. Chris, I got Chris over there laughing over there on Facebook as well. Ladies, again, thank you all so much. Really appreciate you all being a part of our year-end show. It's been great being able to hear each one of you. Great for you all to be together, and looking forward to next year's show.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Cyrus
Cyrus.
Webb.
Thank you.
And we
Bye,
thank your
everybody.
audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.